Hey guys, it is Tuesday. It's really boring, except a car just drove into Rock Creek. It's supposedly underwater. Rescue squads are behind me. I'm in front of them. So we're going to get down there and see what we can see. So the location of this, Rock Creek, is really narrow. Where this is actually kind of near where they found the body of Chandra Levy, the intern. So let's go down and see what we can see. All right, let's go down, see what we can see. The ambulance is rolling out. Okay guys, so that's one person who drove off Rock Creek. Didn't actually hit the water, as you can see, but it's pretty darn close. They're okay. They were transported to the hospital as a precaution. Didn't see another car, so I guess that's it. All right, it's lunchtime. Let's get some lunch, and then we'll go on and do something else. Yeah, all right, guys, you know where we are. We're in the alley that brings joy, with the smell of smoky barbecue. Just around here is Rocklands, and it's time for lunch. I was going to wait till the sandwich arrived before filming, but I'm eating all the fries. Oh well, oh, they're so good. There we go, chicken sandwich has arrived. Okay guys, well, we have cleared lunch and we have cleared the emergency, and now we're on the campus of Georgetown University, just taking in the sights. Yeah, this is Healy Hall, the main administration building, and some other buildings over here. They just graduated the other day, Sunday, we were here, and that's the library, which is supposed to be a modern day renovation of this, a modern day architectural version of that. I don't really think so. Hoya Saxa, that's what they yell for the team. They're nicknamed the Hoyas out here. Let's make our way around Georgetown for a bit. Just heard a bunch of fire trucks go by. I don't know what the hell that was. And we'll just slide down the street here. Boy, that's a big plane. That's like a 757. I don't see many 757s come into National. I guess they do. They're loud, though. Trump's plane's a 757. It goes into National, so I guess it can be done. All right, let's swing around past the Transformers house. We haven't gone by here in a while. This is the guy who put up 2 gigantic Transformers in front of his house, much to the chagrin of his neighbors, who have been suing him left and right, back and forth, to get them removed. This is the Exorcist house, where they filmed The Exorcist, and that's the Exorcist Steps, where the finale of the movie was filmed. All right, let's swing down this side street here and get down into the chaos. Oh, no, not this side street. This side street is cobblestones. That's just rough. We'll go to the next one. It's about 85 degrees today. Nothing on the agenda now. Biden is away most of the day. I think I don't even know where he went. Did he go to Boston today? I think. Yeah. And he'll be back tonight. But it's a motorcade due to the state visit on Thursday by the Prime Minister of Kenya. Pray to God nobody opens their door to empty their ashtray or anything like that. Yeah, we made it. How are we going to get around this? I haven't quite figured that out yet. Because up here we kind of have to obey the law and cross at the intersection, I think. Okay. Well, we got 2 seconds left. Okay. I'll make this one too. Okay, let's go over the bridge. Woo-hoo. Make our way into Virginia. We haven't biked into Virginia since, well, last year, basically, because the weather's been so bleh. So this is the Key Bridge, built on, well, what was once Francis Scott Key's house. Now the bridge basically goes through what was his living room. It's one of the taller bridges in DC. Let's see if we can go over the fence there. There we go. There's an interesting view of the city over the fence of the Key Bridge. All right, let's go back down here and see what's up. Okay, onto the bike lane, away from the tourists. Now all I have to deal with is rollerbladers. I always went down that path. I think that's like the old bike trail. Yeah, some homeless leaving. So the homeless are moving, you know, they got kicked out of DC. They're setting up shop here on Park Service land. This is the GW Parkway on the Virginia side. It's another National Park Service drive. It's not technically like Virginia route or anything. It's run by the Park Service. It's an absolute mega racetrack to get up the Potomac side of the river. And we'll go down past Teddy Roosevelt Island. So over on my left is the bridge to Teddy Roosevelt Island. The only way to get to the island actually is this bridge. It's in the middle of the Potomac. It is a presidential monument to Teddy Roosevelt, buried deep within those trees. Native Americans used to live on that island in the times of John Smith when exploring the Potomac. He encountered the Indian tribes that were out there, Native Americans, as they say. All right, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go over a bridge or we're gonna ride on the boardwalk? Maybe a little of both. Let's go this way. It's more bumpy and you don't feel the bumps, but I sure do. Ugh. Wow. Thump. So this boardwalk made necessary because we're basically on top of a swamp. This area floods regularly, sometimes even just at high tide. We're almost off the bumpy bit though. This is the Teddy Roosevelt Bridge, I-66 into Washington, D.C., where it just basically ends in the district. And it doesn't end very nicely either. It's just sort of like, all right, onto surface streets. There you go, end of the freeway. Whoa, boom, finally, back onto pure asphalt. And I must say, the asphalt has been sanded down. All the roots that were growing in here. This used to be also very bumpy, but Park Service went through and sanded down all the asphalt. So it's pretty smooth, at least at this part. Let's go, you know what, let's go over to the Lincoln Memorial, just over there. Let's see what we can see. Hey, squirrel, run, squirrel, run! It's a nice willow tree. Okay, we're off the river now. That's the road down there to Arlington Cemetery. We're gonna come over the Memorial Bridge, right into the Lincoln Memorial on the other side. It's actually one of my favorite entrances to DC. It's really nice at night when there's not as many cars and it's not as loud. Ah, there's a plane coming into National Airport. And just like that, we're over the bridge. Much nicer. Let's get off this road, go and dodge tourists rather than cars. That way I can be the apex predator, not get killed. I think we'll make this light. Okay, we are at the Lincoln Memorial where it's actually kind of quiet today. There's not a lot of tourists out and about. We're next to the reflecting pool, which is filled with ducklings and baby ducks. Maybe we can go down and snap a few photos of ducks. People love baby ducks, as I found out this week. Boy, they're everywhere out there. Maybe we can find a family of them. Okay. There's quite a few ducks.
1 minute, 45 seconds.
It's a big flock of them. They're gonna come out. Okay, that's enough baby duck cutage for today. These little guys are cute. Some of the families seem to get smaller. I have one family there at the end though. He had a lot of ducklings. Let's make our way down the mall a bit, see what's going on. It's a pretty quiet day here in Washington. There hasn't been any fire calls in the last couple hours. Okay, back on the ellipse. It's pretty quiet out here. They've got the riser already set up on the South Lawn for this week's state visit, which is coming up on Thursday. His plane arrives tomorrow. I put in for credentials to go to the Air Force Base to cover the arrival of his plane. We'll see if that comes through. A state visit is no easy task. They've got to bring in portable restrooms. That's what you see here. All sorts of other equipment to the White House. It's not like they can park these underneath or anything like that. So these will be rolled up for the event. Okay, let's go around the front, see what's going on. Okay, we are back on Pennsylvania Avenue. And my God, there are a lot of tourists today up here. That's why there are no tourists at Lincoln Memorial. They're all up here, yeah? Oh, there's the guitar guy rocking out. You may notice the flags have been set up for the state visit. We've got the Kenyan flag, the U.S. flag, and the DC government flag. The DC government flag is actually George Washington's family seal. The 3 stars and the bars there. That's the family seal of George Washington. Oh, there you go. We've got the big screen set up for the arrivals tomorrow. Thursday, I'm sorry. The state dinner arrivals are shielded from the general public by that big screen. The press actually stands right behind that screen. I won't get clearance for that. That's like restricted press, but they'll be right behind that screen and filming the arrivals, fancy outfits and whatnot. Okay, let's mosey down this way. All right, we're now in the commercial section of Georgetown, which is where all the cars are. And personally, I think it's better to get out of the commercial and head up to the residential. Just a tad more peaceful, only a few blocks this way. Somewhere in this general area is where a Secret Service vehicle was broken into, and the agents who are in charge discharged their weapons to drive off the guy. I'm not going to point out exactly where because, well, there's a protectee there. Where are we here? That's a nice house. That's not the one I wanted though. I want the 30 block. So we're down here at 30th and N, as in Nancy. And just up here on the left was the former residence of Ben Bradley, the publisher of editor of the Washington Post during the time of Watergate and the Pentagon Papers, played by Joseph Robards and by Tom Hanks in 2 different movies. And then this house down here with the black shutters was Averell Harriman's house, wife of the former New York governor. She was a big political honcho in the Democratic circles. I think this is the house that Jackie Kennedy stayed in after John F. Kennedy was shot. She lived there for a bit until the paparazzi found her, and then she had to move on. All right, let's skip this street. Just a bit too many cars. We have cars in front of us, cars behind us, a little bit crazy. This is Dumbarton Street. Now down there on the right, I can't show you because I'm going the other way. Henry Kissinger used to live down that street. He had a relatively modest home on that street, and I think a Supreme Court justice lived in his house as well. I gotta double check that. Someone else famous lived in Henry Kissinger's house down there on Dumbarton. All right, let's go down this way. This church here was the epicenter of COVID when COVID hit DC. It was the first place that we had an outbreak, and it was a very popular church with the hoi polloi, high-profile political types. So it very quickly spread, and many places were shut down that very weekend after they had that outbreak. COVID they traced to a church conference, I think in Canada or something like that. And some of the attendees, like some of the clergy who went to that thing, came down with COVID. And then they came and did like mass here or services here. And it basically spread throughout the DC area. Oh boy, I forgot this is Cobblestone Street. Gonna get bumpy. Oh. Unless we can ride the rails exactly perfectly, which is what we're trying to do. These are the old streetcar tracks. Back when Georgetown had a streetcar. It used to go up to Glen Echo Amusement Park, which is still around, but not very amusing. The neighbors in this area, though, they really like the cobblestone streets, and they've kept them, even though no trains or streetcars run on these tracks anymore. I will say when it rains, it's really scary to drive on these because they get very slippery, your wheels slide. You can basically fishtail. It's pretty wild. There's a car behind me. We gotta get off the middle part. One good thing though, you can hear the cars coming. like a block away. You can hear them clump, 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 clump on the cobblestones. This road's always backed up at the end of the day. All right, there we go. Nice and peaceful under a canopy of trees. That's why people love Georgetown. It's also peaceful because the students are gone. Graduation was last Sunday. Here endeth the cobblestones. Okay, let's head back and dump off this bike. Okay guys, that is today. It's what, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, May 21st. We did get credentials to go on to Andrews Air Force Base tomorrow, so we're going to be at Andrews to show you the arrival of the Kenyan Prime Minister. Then I'm going into the East Wing of the White House, and we're going to show you the preview for the state dinner, and I will likely get some cake, which is really cool. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Tomorrow, we'll see all that and whatever else we see. Bye-bye.